All-Star Weekend is more than just a game and a dunk competition. Give me an example of the breadth of the coverage you guys get, both TV and digital.
Oh, my God. We're covering this from a digital perspective on NBA.com, Bleacher Report. We're covering it on NBA TV. We're covering it on TNT. We're simulcasting this year the All-Star Game itself on Sunday, both on TBS and TNT. We have this year our first time we're having a fashion show with supermodels and NBA players being judged by Charles Barkley and Kenny, which I think will be interesting. We have Kevin Hart doing some back stuff, behind stage stuff at the fashion show.
How much bigger?
A lot of things.
How much bigger is the All-Star Weekend or week because it's in New York?
I think it just steps it up. I mean, this is I always say New York's the mecca of basketball. And
even though the teams here don't win?
Yeah, unfortunately, Knicks are having a tough season or a couple of seasons. But still, this is where people come. The Madison Square Garden is still the place where people go and think about basketball. Now we have the new Barclays Center in Brooklyn. So it's kind of exciting going to two different cities and two different places and getting everybody hyped up for the weekend.
Seeing that you're offering this digital experience, do you see yourself making Turner a destination where you're going to be streaming eventually?
Well, we stream now. I mean, you can get the games with TV everywhere with all of our cable operators and satellite partners. You can actually stream and get the game as long as you authenticate for TV everywhere. But, Bleacher Report's covering this, and NBA.com is covering it, highlights, clips, Twitter.
But would you ever go direct to consumer?
I think eventually. Listen, subscription is going to be an interesting part of our business for the future. I think that you're going to have nevers, people that never sign up for cable. You're going to have some cord shavers, which actually go down and take a smaller package. So we've got to get ourselves to a direct-to-consumer situation, not to hurt our relationship with our cable operators at all, but to figure out a way to live in both communities.
Well, it's the new world order. I know it gets your goat that some of your competitors are touting over the top now. Yeah. You're like, we've been there for a long time with this very package.
Yeah, we've been over. Well, the League Pass package is over the top. It's been over the top for years. But I think you were talking about the Turner properties in itself, where we're part of the Sling TV package now with Dish. 5 of our networks, including Adult Swim, is part of it. But it's not affecting the day-to-day, meaning I need to be in the smaller bundle packages as well as the larger packages. And if I can do both, that's
where would you rather be, though? Sports with the acquisition costs where they are, or can't you come up with a Walking Dead of your own?
I'd like to do both. Can I have both? Can I have it all? Sports drives, listen, sports is live. No one watches, I always say, no one watches the Super Bowl on Monday, right? So, and this weekend, between the slam dunk competition and the All-Star Game, people are going to tune in to watch the live event. And that's something that you can't replicate, you can't change. So sports drives, hopefully, subscription revenue, penetration for your networks, advertising dollars, and works on mobile and any other device.
Does that mean there's no limit to what you'll pay for sports program? Because those numbers just keep getting higher, and we've got to ask ourselves, when does it not make sense?
And the pipeline, the cost does, no matter what the operators say, the cost does come down. I have my Time Warner bill to prove it. It does come down to me at home.
Yeah, well, listen, I can't say what Time Warner is going to be charging you or not charging you, what kind of bundles you're being put in. Listen, every single sports deal we do at Turner, and I'm sure at every company, you have financial responsibilities. So we believe every deal that we've gone into, at the end of that deal, we're going to make a profit. And we make a profit either through our digital assets, our mobile assets, our subscription revenue, our advertising dollars, our off-site stuff like the fashion shows and event marketing that we do, whether with our advertisers and so forth. You figure out how to encumber all of it and figure out how to make money from it.
Then what's the next big sports right package that you want to bring to TBS?
We would love at some point, hopefully, to bring back the NFL, if we could financially, to our network, and hopefully that package becomes available at some point. But that's
realistically, it's not going to become available.
I hope so.
Well, John Skipper will be on later. He'll say no, it will not become available anytime soon. And the network certainly, in the past, NBC gave up and then jumped right back in. They see the value in the NFL.
Listen, NFL is still the largest, way to accumulate audiences, right? It's probably one of the best sports properties from a standpoint of ratings in the business.
And Bell and Rogers, just look at Canada. They buy the team. They bought Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment to drive just mobile product and tablet product. Yeah. That's where we're all headed, right? Everything is mobile.
Listen, we are in our company. We're focused really focused on mobile. You know, these devices that everybody has, this is where you're going to be able to communicate. This is where you're going to be watching your content. And we don't look at it anymore as television, right? We look at it as video screens, right? I'm not in the television business anymore. I'm actually in the content creation and distribution business.
But isn't everybody right now in the content business, At some point, we've got to say a lot of this content's just not that good.
Well, some is, some isn't, right? But, you know, hopefully the premium content developers are the ones that are going to win, right? I mean, these devices don't work without great content, right? And so if you take a look at the social scene right now, people, what are they talking about? They're talking about the Grammys. They're talking about the Oscars. They're talking about the Super Bowl, right? And that's what the communicate. And those are all television quality events, right? So a lot of these devices that are working and discussing in the social communication is about the things that are on television.
So are the cable operators getting nervous these days? Because you don't need them anymore. At least 10 years down the road, you might not.
You know, listen, you still need broadband, right? You still need other things than just the video screen. So the cable operators are thinking about ways how they're going to make their new dollars, their new profits, and maybe it comes from the broadband side versus the video side.
Are ad revenues dropping because there's too many screens, there's too many options for advertisers?
I think advertisers are starting to get involved much more with target marketing, with the data information that they're getting. So they're trying to seek the right place to put it, and it's not just, you know, they used to say, well, what's the line? They used to say 50% of your advertising works and 50% doesn't. Now they're getting more accurate to see what works, and they're placing their dollars there.